ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a grand and wonderful day. Well, what we have here is, unfortunate news. The LA fire is still raging in California, and it doesn't seem to be anywhere near closing to be stopped. And we have a few things here as well as we have a few people that are just wanting a photo op because they have to look good and feel like good righteous people for helping the victims of a fire. And then we have Gavin Newsom as well, who is trying to shift the blame from everything else but him and blaming it on climate change and a lot of misinformation to try to save his political career, because obviously this is not good. And it is just a devastation. And for Karen Bass as well, people are waking up to that reality. But more on that later. What we have here right now is that, unfortunately, from the Daily Mail, it says LA fire death toll rises to 24 as locals are warned to brace for 72 hours of hell. Sheriff issues grim message. Goes on to say here, the Los Angeles fire's death toll has skyrocketed to 24 amid warnings hellish weather conditions will spur on the raging infernos for at least 3 more days. Meteorologists warn residents in fire-ravaged evacuation zones that life-threatening winds reaching up to 70 miles per hour will pick up on Sunday night and last through to Wednesday, heightening the risk for fires to spread even further across Southern California. The general duration of this is not looking good. Meteorologist Rose Scotianfield warned. The weather warning was also prevents locals from returning home to inspect the damage and makes it more challenging for the first responders sifting through the ash and debris, searching for dozens of people who remain unaccounted for. 4 fires have burned through 40,000 acres across the affluent neighborhoods in LA, with A-list celebrity homes and restaurant hotspots among the 12,300 structures wiped out. I don't really care for celebrities all that much in terms of what's going on here, because what I just depict as celebrities are just people. They're probably stupider than the average person because, they're celebrities. I mean, they just kind of do the talking point whatever in current culture, and instead of using their brains, they don't use them at all. So, this neither or there. The Los Angeles Medical Examiner updated the death count on Sunday afternoon, revealing 24 people are now confirmed dead as a result of the fires, but dozens are more unaccounted for as evacuees locked out of their suburbs face anxious wait to return home and see what if anything, remains. With cadaver dogs now being brought in to locate human remains, Los Angeles County Sheriff Robert Luna was warned that the death toll will likely continue to rise. Yeah, I think so as well. I think there's a lot more people, unfortunately, passed away than there is than people realize. This happens in every disaster, though. I mean, once the disaster hits, you don't really know the death toll. You have like a brief idea what the death toll is, but it isn't until much later you actually find out that the death toll, the true number of the actual death toll in itself. The Los Angeles County Coroner's Office and the Los Angeles County Fire Department using heavy dogs doing grid researchers, he said, etc. So, it says, I don't expect good news from those. He added, we will keep people updated. The fire continues to burn as Fire Department Diversity Chief blames fire victims and fire shocking video defending DI. Yeah, Gavin Newsom is slammed for donations via his super PAC. A devastating mom shares disabled son's final moments before dying in Inferno. Yeah, so a Cal Fire spokesperson warned of life-threatening winds picking up between Sunday and Wednesday as the authorities issued a rare, particularly dangerous situation red flag warning, which was also issued the day before the initial fires broke out last week. Life-threatening winds and dangerously low humidity are forecast for much of Southern California, from Ventura to San Diego, creating a significant risk of rapid fire spread, Cal Fire said in a statement. The winds will cause increased fire activity. Yeah. So, things are not looking good, and the fire is going to continue to rage. It's going to continue to keep on going because they don't have any water to really quell this fire at all. And it doesn't seem like it's going to be anytime to die anytime soon. So, that's what's going on here. Now, we're going to go on to Gavin Newsom here, right? We have Gavin Newsom being the absolute new scum that he is, and trying to shift the blame from himself into other things and trying to say, oh, everything that you're hearing about is misinformation, but it's not, because we have all the receipts here, because apparently Gavin Newsom doesn't seem to understand that. There's a lot of misinformation out there. Just launch a new site to ensure the public has access to fact-based data around the Southern California wildfires. The truth, California did not cut our firefighting budget. We have nearly doubled the size of our firefighting army and built the world's largest aerial firefighting fleet. California has increased forest management tenfold since we took office. California will not allow for looting. Right. If you have done this, Gavin Newsom, if you have done this, then why has there been major fires throughout California since you've been in office? Like, I don't know what to tell you, but there's been major fires in California since you've been taking place, and you're saying this is not a problem. It happens. And what's worse here is that this fire is starting in, well, obviously winter. Now we have more news that that the guy is actually, arsonist did this, but I digress, right? Says, Loves of TikTok says, "Hi, Governor. I know you're super worried about misinformation, so wanted to flag this for you. You're spreading misinformation on your website." And she goes on to say, "Lie. California ran out of water and reservoirs are empty. There's no water coming out of fire hydrants because the city didn't fill the reservoirs. But at least the fire chief is a woman and gay."
Well,
and
firefighters have told me they have no water on this block, and you may be able to make out the ember storm that we're in the middle of right now. This house is going to be a total loss. They have no water to put on this fire.
So, there is no water. You are lying. There are a lot of people saying there is no water. The fact is you care more about a 3-inch fish than the residents of Los Angeles. But Newsom and his administration challenged this in court, arguing opinions suggesting that the water diversion would not impact the fish were wrong. Newsom also previously opposed efforts to construct a pipeline meant to divert water south. So, there's that. And nobody's buying it, right? Nobody's buying it, and this guy here says, so Gavin Newsom launched a website to fight fire disinformation, but really is a political page for himself to launch his 2028 presidential run. You can even donate. Wow, rock bottom meet basement. Yeah, people are not buying this. And then we have this here from Viva Fry saying, "Oh my goodness, the website that Gavin Newsom launched to combat misinformation about his criminals and negligence is his own website. Get the facts about Gavin Newsom how Gavin Newsom is not criminally negligent from his website. He is fact-checking his own defense. You can't make this up." So, the fact number of Cal Fire personnel has nearly doubled since 2019, but it hasn't. We all know it hasn't. And of course, the suspect in question here, the person that used the flamethrower, is an illegal immigrant. Yeah. So that's what's going on here. It says the homeless man tackled and zip-tied by onlookers who say he was trying to start fires with a blowtorch near Los Angeles. Wildfire is an illegal immigrant who will likely be protected by California's sanctuary city status. The suspect is Juan Manuel Sierra Leva, a Mexican national who is in the United States illegally, sources told the Post. He was chased and taken down by residents of Woodland Hills after they allegedly saw him torching old Christmas trees and debris on fire with that one resident described as a flamethrower soon after the massive wildfire began Thursday. Well, that's what we have here. So yeah, he is a illegal immigrant. He's not even a part of this country, and this just makes things worse, right? This makes things worse for Gavin Newsom, because obviously, you're just allowing illegal immigrants to come into your state and set wildfires that are killing 24 people and burning down thousands and thousands of homes, because sanctuary cities are the absolute worst. And then, of course, finally, we have Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's subtle nod to LA wildfire victims as they visit to Pasadena Convention Center. So, yeah, we also have douchebag celebrities trying to make a photo op, trying to make themselves seem as the good guys so that they are, we care about the people. It's like, I really hate stuff like this. Put it this way. I always judge people based on what they're doing, and I think a good example would be Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is always showing like, oh, I'm a good guy, I'm a nice guy, look what I'm doing for people, curing blindness, etc., etc. And it always turns out that he is just being a garbage human or just terrible in general. And a lot of the accusations that he's been made about him has not really been great in the past few months or half a year even. So, I don't know about you, but people that tend to grandstand themselves or want to videotape themselves doing great and wonderful things are usually not great people. I don't try to show this here to grandstand or show that I am a great person. I do this because I want people to know what the actual news and things are going out in the world and what the misinformation or people like Gavin Newsom are lying to the American people. And as I said, as I will say in my other video, but I will say this here too, people, politicians and people in the media lying to stuff like about this causes deaths. And when every time you lie, there is a death that is going to end up happening. And every time, and the media is just constantly doing this. They're not saying like, "Oh, well, Donald Trump is the cause. Donald Trump is this," and Gavin Newsom, he's an innocent man. Well, when you lie and you cost lives, I think you should be held accountable for that. I think there are things that like you cannot be doing this as a media person, and especially like, "Oh well, we're not doing this." Like, no, because everything you say is a lie, and then now that you're putting this lie, and American people or some people are going to believe you, and then they die to that lie, you're at fault. It really makes me angry. I can't stand these people, and this is just where we're at in this country. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. This is algorithmic disease, the social media.